So, when you look at just the digestive system, okay? Besides food, what comes to mind? Right, but this, there's more than just the anatomy, but there's the physiology of this as well. So, what might be, anatomically speaking, the digestive system? What fluid? Okay, right. So then the physiological aspect of the digestive system. Remember, anatomy is structure, physiology then is function. So what would the function of the digestive system be? Breaking it down so you can, yep, so you can absorb it. That's right. Break it down and burn it. Now, some of the things, some people are better at it than others, and other people, once you get to be a little bit older, your body just doesn't run as efficiently as it should. Well, not as it should, but as it used to. Let's put it that way. So this is probably getting a little ahead of ourselves, but what might be the reason that not just men, but women, when they get into maybe their late 30s and into their 40s, why is it that, you know, a doctor's always going to, your personal doctor will say, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. Why is it more difficult then, do you think? It's the metabolism, but why is the metabolism slower? It's something that has to do with when you were 3 and 4 years younger. You went through this process. So what causes you to go through puberty? That's right. Different what? Hormones. And these hormonal imbalances start to fluctuate more when you get older. So then your metabolism, like you just, it starts to slow down. You just don't burn materials like you used to. Now, does that mean that you're not going to be as efficient as what you were? Well, you're never going to be able to burn as many calories as you could when you were young. But you can certainly try to become more efficient. Now, probably the best thing that you can do for weight loss is not just the exercise part, but breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But if you're going to exercise, do you think you should have, I don't know, some cookies or a granola bar or something to eat before you exercise or after? It could, but we're talking about trying to lose weight. You should eat it.
I'm trying to lose weight, but gain muscle mass.
Or both. Do you think you should eat afterwards or before? Afterwards. Because what happens, even though you're not going to be able to absorb it that fast, you're going to be able to burn more calories if you start on, not necessarily an empty stomach, you probably have some water, but then you're going to be able to burn more of the fat tissue before you would burn the carbohydrates that you have just absorbed before you exercise.
What about like proteins?
Okay.
A lot of people take a protein shake right away.
Yeah.
And right before they let them on that.
Well, see, when you say a protein shake, that means just that. There probably isn't as many carbohydrates in that as just more protein. Muscle. Yep, I agree. Okay, so when we talk about digestion, I don't know if it jumps into that right away, but there are two types. And one of the things that may go through your mind is, I never even realized that the digestive system was that complex. And are we going to jump into the complexity that you normally would in college? Obviously, okay. We try to keep this to the level of what your abilities are. It's not everyone's going to have the same abilities here, but we're just trying to get you, just picture like you're blindfolded, and we're standing behind you trying to navigate you and get you pointed into the right direction. And a lot of the questions that we ask in here, the reason I'm asking is because you're probably going to be asked those same questions when you go off to college, whether it's more so an animal science type course, or even if it's more so when you get into advanced physiology in college, or something to that effect. The reason we ask them here is you're probably going to get asked there. That's how a lot of the professors probably do their lectures. That comes from a lot of my experiences, even taking some of these courses within the last 5 years. Okay, so we're talking about digestion. We talk about not just chemical breakdown in your intestines. We also have what we consider mechanical breakdown. Okay? So when you go to dinner today and have your chicken nuggets, my wife gets on my case all the time. They're Tyson chicken nuggets. Those are so disgusting because her nieces and nephews like that, so we keep some on hand in case they come visit. I kind of like them too. What is your impression of chicken nuggets, whether it's from McDonald's, Burger King, or Tyson nuggets that you might buy from a supermarket? Do you think they're chicken? I would like to think so. What do you? I'm sorry, you got a smirk on your face that no. I mean, I have no idea.
Oh. For me, I try not to think about that.
Same with hot dogs. Yes,
Oh, yeah,
don't
hot dogs
think
are
about it. Just
disgusting.
I
eat
know
them.
exactly what hot dogs are made of, and I'm grossed out at myself every time I eat one.
Just don't think about it.
I haven't eaten one of those.
They taste so good. Just don't think about it.
It's so disgusting.
Hey, but I went to Dairy Queen last night and had a chili cheese hot dog. Those are worth it, honestly.
Chili cheese hot dog. Just put chili cheese on it. Just fine.
You could just have like a pure beef hot dog or something. Just not
Okay.
all the leftover disgusting.
What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I got an old teacher, her name was class after, and she had this McDonald's burger on her desk, right? It was just one of those dollar burgers, and she also had a small fry on her desk. They were 4 years old, 5 years old. They were 10 years old. I don't know, but they were old, and they looked like they were like just come out. In that wrap. Like, there wasn't one piece of mold, there wasn't anything, it looked exactly how you get it fresh. Except with salt.
Not that we like this much government regulations, but the Food and Drug Administration is around for a reason. So, supplements, does anyone take vitamins? I do, okay. So you might be watching an infomercial. How many of you, if it has this disclaimer, a lot of them say this product has not been evaluated by who? The FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. So right away, or would some of you think, oh, that's not for me? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it can hurt you that much, but even my own personal doctor says, no, you're not doing too bad. But when you're taking these supplements, these vitamins, you're supposed to get that through your diet. And I agree. But I'm sorry, once we get going during the school year, you people, and I'm not saying you're guilty of this, it's just that life happens. You don't get the amount of sleep that you should. I think that's probably axiomatic. Okay? You don't sleep as much as you should, and you don't eat the way you should. You might not, I know I don't. Okay? So sometimes you just need that little extra bit of help. But anyway, your chicken nuggets. 2 bites and swallow. Why not? Okay, 1 bite. Okay? So what, besides a choking hazard, why is that not a good idea?
What are you telling me? Like, standing off and chewing off?
I mean, like, the chicken nugget is about the size of a silver dollar, like this.
Yeah.
So you bite it in half and 2 bites and swallow. Why is that a bad idea? Besides, you could possibly choke them. Exactly, but why? You're right. Yeah, it's too big. Why do you need to break it up into smaller pieces so you increase the what? That's right. Okay? So what we see here, when you're doing this mechanical digestion, you probably never even thought you'd even see a term like this, mechanical digestion. Okay? Because if you do not break these pieces into smaller chunks like this, okay, you're just not going to be able to get the full benefits of whatever it is you're taking in, whether it's a protein substance, a carbohydrate substance, a fat substance, and then, of course, there's different types of nucleic acids that you also take in. So, how do you suppose we break down fats? It's a little guy that sits about right here. It's not the liver. That's down here. It's a little guy that sits right here. It's below the organ that starts with this letter. And it rhymes with river. The liver's here, but what's right below it? Say that again. Gallbladder. That's right. Now, one of the things that we will get into, especially this throws people for a loop, the anatomy of the gallbladder. Okay? Because the gallbladder is not an endocrine organ. Okay? It does not make the substance that it secretes. Okay? The liver is an endocrine organ because it secretes enzymes that are actually made there. The bile that is stored in the gallbladder is actually coming from where? The bigger what? Liver. Okay? And one of the aspects that you will need to know is the left and right hepatic duct, the cystic duct, and finally the common bile duct. Okay? And people, it's hard for them to visualize that because, and I got to think about it every time too. If I need to look at your orientation, say, well, look to your right. Okay? I know this is my left arm. I say, look to your right. Because why do you suppose it's confusing for people? Because what type of image are you looking at? If you see your reflection, it's a what? It's a mirror image. So you are looking to your right, but it's the left side. Like for instance, when you look at Kevin here, there's both the names of these. Yeah, because from the movie, he's the tallest. This is Kevin. One eye in here, that's Stuart. This one is Dave, because he's got 2 different eye colors. And this one's Bob.
Isn't the one between Dave and Bob?
Wait. This one? Is that what you asked? I don't know. But the names are actually written on the box. I just can't. Because that's how these minions are classified. Is you got your tall ones, and two of them, they might have two eyes. Okay, like this one, but he's bald. This one has one eye, along with this one, but the hair is different. Then this guy has two eyes, and so does he, but it's the hair or the eyes that allows you to tell them different. Okay, now, what hand is in Kevin's? That's the tall one on the end. The banana is in which hand? It's in the right hand. But as you look at it, if you're not careful and you start thinking it's on your what side? It's on your left, but he's holding it in his right hand. That is a very, very easy mistake to make. And just think of, I want to say it was in Sioux Falls Specialty Hospital, Specialty Clinic. A woman had to go in there and get an adrenal gland removed, and the surgeon removed the kidney. I don't think that's going to be a lawsuit. I think the same thing. How is that possible? But it happens. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's right above the kidney, but is that something to where maybe you look at the orders too quickly, or it could be? I really don't know, but you certainly feel bad for the. I know when you think of lawsuits, there's some that I think, God, that is just way out of proportion. But then when you look at whatever this gal might be suing for, maybe it's not out of line. You go in there, you put your trust in the care of this clinic, and then they remove something that they shouldn't. So I don't know. The reason I bring a topic like that up now, believe what you want, but I remember a government teacher down in Hurley, where I used to teach, and he was talking about his government classes, different type of lawsuits they talk about when they get to that part of their government class. And it's documented, I believe, that a gentleman sued a snowblower manufacturer because he fell off the roof with his snowblower. It does not say, do not use this snowblower on the roof. Now, you laugh. Now, I said, believe what you want. But the same thing is kind of true, too, where country music people who are, I'm sorry, I'm stereotyping. I just don't look at you to like country music. Sorry. You two, yes? Okay. Toby Keith, the song Made in America. I think it's Made in America. No, it's not. American Ride, that's what it is. If you know the lyrics, he goes on and talks about in the song, spill a cup of coffee, make what? Make $1 million. What had happened, a woman goes to the drive-thru at McDonald's, she spills the coffee on her. Now, whether you're a man or a woman, yes, there's, this is the dynamic. There's sensitive areas down there. We both get that. But she sued McDonald's because the coffee was hot and it burned her. So I don't know. So these lawsuits are real because Toby Keith sings about it, and it's the lyrics of the song, and that's a documented case as well. So what goes through your mind when you hear that? You fall off a roof, and just think of some of the disclaimers that, even on, like on a chainsaw, make sure the chain on the bar has stopped before you grab it. Some people don't have common sense.
But it's hard to write into laws, so it makes it easy for people. Because you
It's
can't
kind
imagine.
of, doesn't that make you an ambulance chaser then too? Kind of, like a lawyer?
I hate to be a lawyer.
It's just hard to differentiate between stuff that should be common sense and stuff that would be like too technical.
I agree, but I think that's kind of sad. Okay.
Certain professors will often make stupid proof things.
Possibly, yes. Okay. So again, we have mechanical digestion.
You chew it up and then you swallow it so chemical digestion can take place. You're going to have to know some of these enzymes. Pepsin is one, amylase is another. And some of them do not form unless a chemical reaction takes place. Okay? That's going to be a very important mechanism that you will be responsible for describing. And that's why having these papers in front of you is going to be so important. Okay. Oh, well, might have to write it. Could be. Usually these follow altering chemical composition. Okay, so then that's where you left off with. So then, yeah, this last line here. Oh, that's just part of the template of the slide in PowerPoint. Where it says chemical digestion, that's on that. Yes, sorry. So again, we will begin journaling next week. Is there anyone in here that would need a notebook? Are we good?
Like, we can speak it to
We want you to actually hand write something. Because then you got to print it out to me. I'm sorry, that's just a waste of shit. And we need to work on our handwriting anyway, Doc.
For me, it just depends on like the emotions running through my head. Because like right now, my handwriting is pretty weak. But
You know, psychologists would say when you're reading what you wrote, going left to right, is it level? No, it's doing what? It's going, you know what that means? It means people are optimistic. If it's going down, that means they can be pessimistic. So you're in a good mood today, right?
I guess.
Until you came to this class.
No, actually, I really like this class.
Oh, good.
It's kind of like a highlight.
So, you two are going to be used to this. Do we talk too much in here? We got 2 slides done. Is that bad? Be honest.
I don't know, we usually like, I don't know, our biology class actually usually talk like all the time, but ours also should talk about like science, but and just what was actually like how in depth.
Okay.
But
I think it's kind of nice, because otherwise, you know, you come here and say, look, I hate this class.
it's like all we would do is like write in the class. So when you're writing, you're not really listening to it.
Right. And that's what I try to get away from that, but sometimes I'm just not very conscious of that. I'm just not even thinking that I'm not doing it intentionally. It's just I think I got to get this point across in my head, so I start talking, and then I know, oh, let me get this wrote down first. Okay. So when we look at this, the alimentary canal, this is kind of hard to visualize, but the food that you intake is actually outside your body. You think, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But why might that be? You've got one continuous tube. That's right. So when we talk about this alimentary canal, we're talking about from the back of your mouth where your esophagus starts, through your esophagus, which empties into your what? Stomach. And then after your stomach, it goes into where? Goes into too big. Small intestine. Or you could say small bowel or large bowel. And then finally, something that every mammal, bird has to go through, and human, and into the rectum, and then out into wherever it goes after it goes through the plumbing. Okay? So then when we start talking about accessory organs, your primary ones are your two intestines, your stomach, and your esophagus. That's your alimentary canal. So then what might be an accessory organ to your digestive system? Teeth? Because it's got tissue, they're made of cells, they got tissues, and they got a blood supply that makes it work. It's hard to believe bones are organs too. I mean, maybe it's getting to be a little more specific, but that's what happens when you move past. But it is very specific. Your skin's an organ too, so not a digestive. I know you didn't mean that, but okay. So teeth. What is probably the two most important accessory organs? Yeah, liver and gallbladder. Okay. When you see people, does anyone? We'll stop there for today. That we're going to be talking about here. Then we'll pick up with this tomorrow.